Greetings. I'm very excited to bring this lesson to you. Put your thinking caps on because you're going to need it in this lesson. Alright? This is what we have so far. We know that there is God. There is a creation, a new creation. Alright? Outside the realm of God, okay, because they cannot interfere, alright? But then God's Spirit moves into the creation, alright? Once the Spirit is in the creation, day and night are created, alright, as well as the heaven in the earth, which is the firmament or the air. In the earth, the dry land has appeared. The seas have been gathered together, alright, since the Spirit came into the universe. Alright, so now the next thing is for the Spirit to fill the void in the earth, alright? And the scriptures say from verse 11 of Genesis chapter 1. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. Alright. Well, first of all, we have to ask a few questions, alright? There is no sun, okay? There is no moon. There are no rivers, alright? There is no condensation in the earth to cause the formation of clouds. Alright? So, when God says, "Let the earth bring forth grass, herb yielding seed," we have to be very careful. Alright? This is where we have to start thinking. Alright? Are the trees natural trees, or are they spiritual trees? Alright? Are the grass natural grass, or are they spiritual grass? Okay. The reason why we have to ask that question is because if the trees are not a different kind of tree apart from natural trees, alright, apart from the trees that we know in creation, they cannot possibly grow out of the earth, out of this very earth, without the sun and the moon. Okay? So let's keep that in mind. But God said, let the earth bring forth these, alright? Now, let the earth is a form of a command, alright, or a suggestion, alright? Let is a kind of it's a presentation of an opinion, all right, or of it is like a prophetic desire, all right. That is more like it is like a prophetic desire. Because you have to understand that God and His Spirit, alright, are discussing the creation. They are the ones communicating in between themselves, alright? God and the Spirit. are the ones who are doing all this communication. One is telling the other, let, all right, and the other makes it possible, all right, because the other is in the earth. So when God says, let there be light, light doesn't come from anywhere else but the spirit that is in the creation, all right. So God commands that let there be light, all right, and the spirit creates the light, and there is light, all right. When the creator, when the spirit, all right, who has become the creator of the earth and the heaven, all right, receives the instruction from God, he, according to the laws that he creates in creation, all right, determines the timing as to when the let, all right, is fulfilled. According as to what time he lets whatever God has commanded become, all right. So if God says, let there be light, that doesn't mean let the light be there as it is, all right, it doesn't mean let me see light now, all right. Let there be light, it means make sure there is light. It will be good if you had some light, all right, and then the light was created, and then God saw the light and he said that it's good. He saw that it was good, all right. So now you will also find out that the spirit is the same God. The spirit is also God, all right. So what is a spirit? A spirit is a reflection of an entity, of a figure, all right. A spirit is always of something. There is no spirit that is not of something, all right. So when it says the spirit of God moved into the creation, he's saying that God casts a reflection of himself into the creation, a reflection that can be contained in the creation, all right. So a spirit always needs a container, all right, or a surface, all right, where it can be reflected upon. A spirit is like a shadow. Your shadow is like your spirit, all right. You can see the shadow that is of you, but it may not necessarily be that the person is seeing you, because something could be, distracting their view of you, yet making it possible for them to see your shadow. That is the spirit of you. Whatever you are saying, they will see your shadow say it. Whatever you are doing, they will see your shadow move it. So your shadow and you are one, but your shadow is within a certain space, occupies a certain space, all right, and it carries the same strength and the same power that you have, all right. So God's spirit is God, but the God of creation, okay. So now that we understand that, we also know that within the creation there are creative laws, all right, that the spirit has become familiar with, being in the not become familiar with, that the spirit is able to create, being in the creation, all right, for the creation, so that when he comes in, he knows that there needs to be light in the creation, and he creates the light for the creation, all right. At the same time, when it comes to creating of trees and everything, it is a desire of his, all right, and a wish of his that the land should do these things, should bear these things, all right. But then, how can natural trees grow without a sun and the moon, all right? Let's still assume, let us still, for the skeptics, all right, sake, let us assume that as soon as he said, let the earth bring forth trees and grass, everything became, all right, as he said, all right. Let us assume that everything became that as he said, without any natural support to the trees, all right, or into the grass, into the vegetation, all right. Let's go on from there. Now, in verse 12, and the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. All right. We will continue all the rest of the creative steps. All right. Follow the same order, which is a let, or a suggestion, or a command, all right, or a desire, expression of a desire, all right, which is fulfilled, all right, which is fulfilled as according to how they are created, or according to how they are desired, all right. Now, let me ask you a question. Does God ever show you his exact work, all right, before he does it? Yes. That is God. He tells you that in 1,000 years you're going to have a baby, and in 1,000 years you have a baby, all right. So whatever God has said is what it is. It is what it will always become, all right, no matter the timing, all right. So when we know that there is no sun and there is no moon, we automatically know that the days of creation are different from the days of the sun and the moon. Okay? They are totally in a different zone, because in that zone, trees can survive and grass can survive without the sun and the moon. Alright? So they are two different worlds altogether. Alright? That is why I strongly suggest that you assume that you understand that the creation is the desire transferred, the desire of God transferred to his spirit to manifest it in the natural according to the timing of the spirit, because he is in the creation and he is God in the creation. All right. So that is why you will find out that all these things that were created, all right, let's just go through them real quick so we can understand what I'm trying to say. First day, he made the heaven, the great heaven, all right. He made space and earth. Second day, he made the light almost made the same mistake myself. He made, on the first day, he made light, right, and night, alright. Then on the second day, he made the heaven and the earth, alright. Remember, he made the heaven and the earth before the Spirit moved in. The Spirit, the heaven and the earth belongs to the Creator. The creation, whatever was created in the earth, alright, is created once the Spirit is within the earth, alright. Both the Spirit and God created the space for themselves, for the Spirit, and then the Spirit moves in, then the creation begins, alright. The creation of God, to bring the earth and the heavens to His desire, to His desired manifestation, alright. So He makes the light and the night in the first day. Then in the second day He makes the heaven and the earth, alright. And then the third day, in the third day, God made the seas and the land, alright. Third day He made the land and seas, alright. He separated the land and the seas. And on the fourth day, He said, let the earth bring forth. On the third day, He did these things also on the third day, I'm sorry. Land and seas, then He made the land bring forth the grass, alright, and trees, alright, and everything, all the vegetation, alright. And then God said on the fourth day, alright, let there be light in the firmament. So He created the lights, alright, in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, right? So over here we will say He made He created the heavenly bodies, alright. And then He also made, He says that He also made the sun to rule the day and the moon to rule the night, and He also made the stars also, alright. Then God saw that it was good, and that was the fourth day. And then on the fifth day, God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creatures that have life. Alright? At this point also you need to put on a thinking cap. Alright? The next level of thinking cap, because here he goes again. In verse 20, he says, and God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth, in the open firmament. So here you know that sea life, alright, originates from the waters itself. Alright, they originate from the waters itself. Alright, that is what it means right now. And verse 21, it says, and God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, that the sea brought, that the waters had brought forth abundantly after their kind, which the waters brought forth. So he's saying that he created them, and then the waters brought them abundantly after their kind. Alright, and then God blessed them. So let's say he made sea life on the 5th day. Okay, and then he blessed them. He blessed the sea life. What does that mean? That means that when he made the sea life, they became existent from that moment, right? Because he blessed them. That means that if they were not there, he wouldn't bless them. Alright, that is what it means, that they were natural in the day that God made them and created them, and they blessed them. Alright, this was before the 6th day when he made the man and animals. Alright, so this is the steps. Alright, this is the desire of God for the Spirit to create his heaven and earth. Alright, and then in verse 6, alright, in verse 24, it says, and God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. Alright, so now on the 6th day, the same way God said that the sea life should bring forth abundantly whatever he created. Alright, that's the same way he had ordained, alright, that he will create, alright, the creatures after his kind. Alright, and then the earth will bring them forth abundantly. Alright, so animal, alright, on the 6th day, and God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth after their kind, and it was good. So, alright, now what is the main thing we have learned so far in the steps of creation? That these are not the days in which everything was manifested. There are days in which things became what they are. That is when the how do you call it? When the situation allows it. All right, when the situation allows for certain things to become when they are needed, like the day and night. All right, like not even the day and night, because the light and the night were not and were not natural night, all right? They were part of his desire. The light and the night actually became when he made the heavenly bodies, all right? Okay, so now, wouldn't that make sense if it's like what I'm beginning to see is that it is more of a lesson from God, all right, to Moses than a natural, systematic order of creation, okay? Because, like I said, naturally it's impossible for grass to exist without the heavenly bodies, all right? So, what was God trying to say? What he's trying to say is that he knows what is important. He knows what the earth needs, all right? And he knows, and he's showing you according to hierarchy, all right? It is more of a hierarchy, all right, in the earth, as far as the creation is concerned, as far as the desire is concerned. Because when you check it, without light, all right, heaven and earth, our atmosphere, without day and night, all right, our heaven and earth is non-existent, all right? It's definitely non-existent, all right? And then without the heaven and earth, the land and the seas cannot appear, all right? And then without the land and the seas, the grass and the trees cannot grow, all right? And then without the grass and the trees, all right, the heavenly bodies are not needed, all right, because these two work together. He said these are supposed to feed, all right. They are there for man to enjoy. The grass and the trees are made for man and nature and creation to live, all right. It's the life for the creation, for living things. The heavenly bodies are also there to assist the trees and then mankind also, all right. The sea life cannot exist without the heavenly bodies. The sea and the moon and the heavenly bodies are all parties, all right. They're all partners as far as how they exist, all right. So this is the lesson. This is a major lesson in the creation and understanding the creation, that it is a presentation to Moses, all right, to the people, as far as the desire of God is concerned, and as far as God's understanding of creation and the purpose and the reasoning behind all the created is concerned, all right. And those are the days in God's creation. Those are God's days of thinking and desire. Those are the days God desired and imagined and planned these things and created them and gave them to man. All right? That is the next lesson we're going to learn. The creation of man. This, once we understand, once we are able to understand the principles that I have already expressed from the 6 days, all right? What the lesson that God is trying to see, that was trying to that God was trying to give to mankind about His creation, right? We will understand what the creation of man is all about. All right? Forget about everything you've heard before about the creation of man. All right? Because you'll find out that in this lesson, or in the next lesson, which is following this shortly, we will understand what it all means. And then we will understand how it makes sense that these steps in the 6 days are the 6 period of they are the dispensations of realization of the Spirit as to what He needs in the earth, all right, towards His vision, towards accomplishing the vision and the purpose for which He made the creation in the first place. So please keep that in mind, all right? And remember that the creation of man is a very important lesson you don't want to miss, all right? Thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions, anything you don't understand, post it on my page on Facebook, alright, .com/Daniel Jenkins, alright, and we will discuss everything, alright. Thank you very much.